A new year means a new logo, most likely for a lot of different teams. You see 2311 do that. Stewart-Haas Racing has done that as well. We'll get to their new look in just a second, but Stewart-Haas Racing has also done something the past week in terms of their social media where they're trying to change their image. Listen, it's no secret that Stewart-Haas Racing had a rough year last year. Now you're entering this year without your veteran and staple driver that kind of carried your team for the past so many years. You have 2 new drivers to your team, and you have drivers that are veteran in the sense, but they're not getting the results that veteran drivers should have in Stewart-Haas Racing equipment. It's kind of just gone back a little bit. So this is what they're doing to hype themselves up into the new season. So many graphics. We have so many graphics. Bold and unapologetic. Unpretentious is another one. You got passionate. Badass. I will say I think a defining factor of Stewart-Haas Racing is it gives off badass energy regardless. When you have Tony Stewart running a team, that's the vibe it's going to give. So none of this is anything new. Relentless is another word I would already use to describe Stewart-Haas Racing. So why do I think this is significant? Stewart-Haas Racing is reminding their fans and the general NASCAR audience that we are still a force to be reckoned with, and we are going to go into 2024 with our heads held high. We're going to go in strong and bold, and we're going to get the results that we need. That for me is very lofty considering, again, what they did last year. I personally think all of this hype is unnecessary pressure to that team considering all of the new that they're going to have to endure. But I also think, like, if you put positivity into the world, hopefully you get it in return. If you go into the season saying, oh, we had a crappy season last year, I hope it's not bad this year, and you're just panicking, you're not going to get the results you want because you're not in the right headspace. So I think this is okay for Stewart-Haas Racing to do, and that leads to a whole new logo, a new era for Stewart-Haas, as they now have a pretty young in terms of experience in the Cup Series field of drivers in their team. This picture was leaked on NASCAR's Reddit page yesterday of the new Stewart-Haas Racing logo, and I saw this from, this is a picture taken at a distance, and I don't like it. I don't like it, at least here. However, they released the actual photos today. This is the new logo that we're talking about, and I think it really depends on the context and what background color you put the logo on, but I actually think this looks great. Again, more teams are going with that sleek, simplistic look. Stewart-Haas Racing did exactly the same thing. I think it looks great. I think it's fun. I'm going to have to get an updated 2311 shirt, and I'm going to have to get an updated Stewart-Haas Racing shirt now, but I think this all looks really good. I think the crap that we gave their logo in the first 5 minutes of us seeing it was a little just overdone on our end. So they're saying goodbye to this kind of old-fashioned style logo, and they're going to something a little more bold, which I think fits their brand, but it also has some frills to it. But there you go, new Stewart-Haas Racing logo. You got them doubling down on their image, hopefully bringing good vibes into their 2024 season. I think SHR social media team kills it. I think they do such a great job in terms of the videos that they do. For instance, the Kevin Harvick tribute videos that they did all of last season to commemorate his fantastic Cup Series career and his just NASCAR career in general. But this leads to I think it's all a well-rounded effort to just boost morale at the shop, boost their image, give them a facelift in the sense of saying, hey, we're still here to compete. We can compete, and we're gonna do that. Again, you put positive energy into the world, you hopefully get it in return. Now, the question I get from all of you is, what is your expectation for Stewart-Haas Racing in 2024? My thing is, I don't want to put any expectations on them. I just want to see what they can do with their new group of drivers in a sense. You have 2 drivers that have been in the Stewart-Haas camp. You have 2 drivers that have not. So seeing how well they gel together, how they work together as a team, and what results they can put in now that they're kind of changing some things around. So we'll see how this all works out come the Clash, Daytona, and moving on forward. Again, a building year. So we're just going to see how they do. But what do you think of the new logo? What do you think of the rebrand, the graphics and everything in between? Let me know in the comments below.